looks nothing like him. You don't know why you thought it was your brother, but you did. So, what do you want to do about that? And he's running away at full speed down this corridor.
I will pull out my switchblade.
Okay.
And throw it.
Okay. Give me a throw check.
This isn't going to go well.
It's not really made for throwing anyway, so... 76? Okay. You throw your switchblade, it flies by and it clatters against the wall into the ground. He just ignores it and just keeps running.
I'll continue chasing after him.
Okay, you're chasing after him. You're herding people out, walking out after them. Get out of here, you little mother... Yeah, whatever. So you get to see all this. Let's see. Most take the stairs, trying to push past the slow-moving man who's just walking. You get to watch them bowl him over. He tumbles to the bottom of the stairs. All those damn short people knocking him down now. And the terrified patrons trample him as they flee in panic. Moni tries to get to his feet, but they keep knocking him down, reducing him to a bloodier and bloodier ruin. The two doormen see this dead guy, it looks like, because he has got like a broken arm, and one of his legs is all messed up, and somebody stepped on his face. I mean, it's just awful. These two doormen, these big brute men, they see this mess and they're just like, and they just turn and they just leave. They just walk out of the place. Run might be a better word to use there. When the wave of customers has run away from you, as you're still just kind of walking towards him, he gets back up again. And he staggers towards the street. Joey! Joey! Heading for the front door. You kind of come out of your mania, and you're like, well, how do you feel? You have a gun in your hand, you scared the hell out of a lot of people. That's definitely assault. You could definitely go to jail for this. What do you want to do? Joey! You're behind him, and he's heading out the front door.
I guess I just,
Gun in hand. You have your gun in hand, so I should get you a gun. I always forget when you get gun to that. You, go get a butter knife. No, I have a pocket, right? Yeah, okay. That works. Wrong. What do you want to do? There you go. This is your little pistol, right?
That's
what
I used last time.
Yep. So you got a gun in your hand. What are you doing?
Well, going back to breaking down the mania, I feel awful right now.
Okay.
In terms of psychologically. And I kind of feel similar to how I felt after I tried to shoot Daryl.
Oh,
but I'm
yeah.
not,
Where is Daryl? Shit. You don't, yeah.
I kind of look around trying to find Daryl, and then I kind of go into a bit more of a panic because I don't know what happened to him.
Okay. Joey!
But then I kind of remind myself of what I was doing following this person, and I try and restrain the corpse.
Okay, so you're gonna run after him. Okay. He's heading out the door, but you'll be able to catch him on the street.
Yeah. And I put. Well, I'll keep it out for the moment.
Okay.
Well, no.
Running out into New York Street with a gun in your hand might be a bad idea.
No, I'm going to put it back in my pocket.
Okay,
before I go outside.
Into your tuxedo pocket it goes.
Yeah.
You run. You hesitate for a second to do that. You run out the front door. You see that this person is walking out. You hear the of a squad car comes roaring down the street. The guy just walks right out in the street. You see the squad car first hits the brakes and then skids out of control, slams into this guy, and pins him against a lamppost. Just bam! Just nails him. Cuts him in half. Okay. And he finally
kind of just dies.
Stops moving. Yes. And we're gonna reverse time because you'd be able to get to where you're going before he would get out on the street. So. You followed this guy. You run down. He's running. He runs down the service tunnel, and you want it slow enough to retrieve your knife.
Yes.
It's lying on the floor. Okay, so you lose a little ground, but you can still see him at the bottom of the stairs. He goes whipping out through the main door. You can hear a ruckus happening up in the the ballroom up above you. People are screaming. Somebody screams, "Got a gun!" That kind of shit. So that's where we're backing up to you. And you see somebody's coming down the steps, but you run after this guy at the front door, and you see him run into a gray Packard, which is even now starting to pull away from the curb, even as he leaps into the back. What do you want to do? Like I said, this is happening before the whole cop thing.
And about how far away am I?
20, 30 feet. You can run after him if you want. You could try to get on the running board. You can...
what is a Gray Packard?
Gray Packard? It's a sedan. Okay. It's like 4 or 5 people could be in it. It's hardtop. It's painted gray. Relatively new make. Maybe a couple years old.
All right.
Nice car. Nice little car.
I'm
it's pulling away.
to do my best to memorize the plate.
There is no license plate on it.
In which case,
looks like somebody's removed the license plate.
In which case, I'm going to run up and try to slash one of the tires.
Okay. You run up to it. Someone inside lets out a shout as you approach, and a man leans out the window with a Thompson submachine gun. What do you want to do? You haven't reached it quite yet. You were running, like, hooking right at it. And then this guy leans out. He's got you dead to rights.
Yeah.
If you continue running right up on him.
I'm going to make a slight turn to the right.
Okay, so you veer off.
Yep.
Okay. He gives a little burst. Glass shatters over your head. He goes, "Yeah!" As the Packard pulls away, and then they gun it, and they head down the street, and he pulls himself back in.
Oh, God.
So obviously a warning shot.
Yep.
Guy wasn't gunning for you, you know that. Then people come busting out of the front of the Blue Heaven Ballroom. What do you want to do? You still have time before the whole thing with the cop car happens, because you're slightly ahead of him, but not by much. Someone inside is yelling, "Joey!" You hear that from inside somewhere.
Now that I have some time to think, I slow down for a second.
Mm-hmm. People are coming out. People are hollering for taxis. People are just running down the streets away from the Blue. Somebody else has a gun. There's a man in there with a gun.
I'm going to walk back over to the club and just sit down against the wall.
By the door?
Yeah.
Okay, so you see a man come out of the door, go away, stagger towards the street. You see him bust out of the door, look around, and then you see this cop car come, just bam, and put him up against a light post. Whereupon this walking dead man apparently stops walking. Obviously the guy wasn't hurt as bad as he thought, but he is covered in blood. Make me a sanity check for seeing this terrible thing.
Should I use sanity?
No.
6 out of 13.
Okay, I'm going to say you don't lose any. When you see what's about to happen, you look away. It's just like, mm-mm. And then you hear the crash, and obviously the guy was badly hurt, but you don't know that he was dead. You know this guy was dead. There's no way this guy could have been alive. Okay, so, how long does this last? Using zombie check rolls. Let me look this up real quick. I haven't had to deal with this kind of sanity loss before. What do you two guys want to do after this? You're both there on the street. You see him. He is sitting right next to the blue door that leads to the what the hell's the name of this place again? The Blue Heaven Ballroom. And has just looked away from this terrible accident that took place. The cop jumps out of the car. He's trying to deal with the dead body that he's dealing with. Obviously, he looks very shaken by the event. What do you guys want to do?
I go over to him and I just kind of kneel next to him. Yeah, him. Okay. And ask him what happened.
Wiping the brains off of my face now.
Oh yeah, you're a mess.
I tried to chase him.
What happened?
They pulled out a Tommy gun.
Would I have heard the burst go off from the commotion?
Yes. We'll work that in. Somewhere outside there's like a ba-ba-ba-ba.
Okay.
Like a
I probably would have paid too much
or
attention
possible
to that.
backfire. Yeah, you were. Yeah.
Okay.
They drove away in a gray Packard.
Okay.
Packard.
I guess I just try to help clean him off. And with like...
Yeah, his tux is probably ruined. It'll have to be cleaned, and the stains might never come
And I
out.
kind of just murdered that. Winter's going to hate me for this. Because both of our suits are probably ruined from the blood, aren't they?
He got hit by it. You didn't.
Okay.
No, give me a luck check. If you make it, you didn't get hit by one drop of the blood and brains. If you fail, there's some splatter. Did you make it?
68.
Okay. There's a little bit of splatter on your jacket. Not your shirt. Your shirt's okay.
Yeah.
The jacket could probably be clean and it won't be noticeable.
Okay.
You hear more sirens in the distance.
I kind of asked him, should we get out of here before the police start showing up in force? Because you're bloody, and they might think you did it.
He's covered in blood.
I think we should try to explain.
We saw what happened last time with Deputy, what was his name again?
Constable, they had a weird name. You don't, make an idea check, see if you remember. Is idea on here? Yeah. Under intelligence. Intelligence or less? That was almost a year ago.
I got a 7, so I remember.
You got it?
his
Hell yeah,
exact
you remember his name. That was Constable Ray Dolphin. Roy. Constable Roy Dolphin.
Well, you remember what happened when we tried to explain what happened to Constable Bolton back in New Boston.
That was supernatural. This is completely.
There was a walking corpse.
That's news.
The guy was dead that just got hit. He was just uttering Joey constantly. He was dead. That was what the commotion was. I kind of just intentionally tried to avoid the fact that it was also due to me going insane for a second.
That's fine. We should explain the assassin.
Black guy comes running out from the door.
Yeah.
Coronet in hand. You recognize Wester? Mitch Wester?
Yeah.
He looks around, he sees you covered in blood, and he runs over, he goes, "You're hit! My God, you're hit! Are you alright?"
I wasn't hit.
Oh, okay. Well, good luck with that. You see, he looks right at the cop car, and then he just takes off down the street, running. He is a black guy, so keep that in mind. And this is an era of casual racism and overt racism.
Yeah.
So, he probably does not want to be around. That doesn't mean you guys can't stay. You're white. And you're rich.
And
but, black guy, must have been him, is pretty much still a thing. And you see him, something drops out of his pocket as he runs away. And it just lands up,
Can I go get
onto the
select what he dropped?
Yeah. It is this. Looks like a card. And then more police cars pull up. Policemen jump up, they're running in. One comes to you. They start to question you two.
Yeah.
Ask if you were in there, what happened, blah, blah, blah. Several more police officers have gone inside. Others are examining the the corpse that's like still pinned, cut in half to the street lamp. What are you guys going to tell them?
I think what I'll relay my turn of events is that...
Do you admit that you were in there?
I admit that I was in there.
Okay,
and that I was right next to him when it happened.
Gotcha. Oh, good. Okay, they want that information. Yeah.
That a small white man, about 5 feet tall, had a shot to the sky.
You might want to put that away, because your character doesn't have it.
I was sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. He's got a gun!
I just kind of gesture with my hands.
Right.
Shot him in the back of the head with looked like a .45 caliber revolver. Okay. He was some sort of dead, but I don't think it killed him. Because he got back up and walked out, and obviously...
You point out the dead guy over there?
Okay, yeah. You can check and see he has a big headshot wound in his cranium.
They want information from you, too. You obviously got hit by...
He also got he has a big nose.
Okay.
I tried chasing after, and they drove away in a gray Packard.
Oh. Okay.
They didn't have a plate. They pulled out a Tommy gun and tried to gun me down.
Okay. Give me a luck check to see if you saw his face after you mistook him for your brother, who he looks nothing like.
37 out of 45.
Okay, you can check that off if it's not already been checked. You got a good look at the guy. You can give the police a pretty good description.
You check off luck?
No, you don't. Sorry, Mercy. I'm a drink. Let me go.
You're good.
Yeah, so you can give them a pretty good description of the man. You've got a good description of the shooter as well that you can give them, so they've got that information.
I think I kind of try and leave out the fact that I went crazy for a second with my gun.
That's probably a good idea.
Yeah. I'll bring it up if I have to.
Okay.
I'm going to avoid it.
Most of the people who are in there just took off. They just ran away.
Yeah.
So you guys are detained for like an hour for questioning, that kind of thing. But otherwise, that's it. You're allowed to go with just a warning of, speakeasies are illegal, that kind of thing from police. They get your name and address, all that stuff. They want that information in case they have any follow-up questions. But it doesn't. You're guessing that nothing will come of this as far as you guys are concerned. You know what I mean? And so you can get a cab and head on back to the apartment.
I'll probably do best.
You'll probably what?
Probably be best to get back to the apartment and get cleaned up.
Yes. Your tux will need a lot of work. You'll probably need a shirt. Your tux will just need clean.
Yeah.
Sucks. You know that for how long? 2 hours before it got ruined?
I'm sorry, Winter, something happened.
Oh yes, of course, sir. You know what? I will see what I can do.
Yes, of course.
Winter's a bit of a miracle. Tea or coffee, sir?
Some coffee would be nice.
Would you like it Irished up, as they say?
Yes.
Of course. And you, sir? Coffee? Did you say tea or coffee?
I said coffee.
Coffee, sir?
Yes.
With a whiskey? You have an extensive liquor cabinet.
Yeah.
So it's available, even if you don't drink a whole lot.
Yeah.
Your character probably would own a ton of alcohol for guests, at least. Mm-hmm. You both end up in bathrobes and pajamas, basically, at your apartment. Winters brings you the coffee that's been spiced with some whiskey.
Yeah.
Cream and sugar available. This is crazy, crazy awesome for you, even though your character's a little messed up. Your sanity's in the shitter, right?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. I think until I understand these delusions and reality checks a little bit more, I'm just going to not bother with them. Because what it says is, for a certain amount of time after you fail sanity checks, you start having these delusions, potentially. And you can try to fight against them, making another sanity roll. But if you fail, you lose more sanity. If you don't fight against it, you might just believe that lady walking down the street isn't a dead body. But I want to read up on this a little bit more before I mess with that too much. So, and you guys are essentially in a safe place in the apartment. Beautiful view of Central Park. Very, very far away from Harlem. I don't know if you guys want to roleplay or discuss what has happened. You still have this somewhere on your person. Wester, the leader of the band, dropped it.
I feel like since I just noticed this, my character just noticed that there's a note on the back of the car.
There you go.
I'm kind of just looking over it, I guess, like this. And kind of just drinking my coffee, and then I turn it. Then perchance I just turn around and I notice the information. I kind of just look very intently at it.
Okay. He's got a card or something in his hand. I don't know if your character notices or is too in-depth with his own terror.
You said that he was a walking corpse?
I kind of just put the note off to the side for a moment.
Plenty of little tables.
Yeah. I pulled up his hair to look at his face because he was still moving. And he got up and started walking out of the building. More coffee?
Yes, you got the pot right there.
Yeah.
And the bottle of whiskey. It's very good Canadian whiskey.
Could he have...
There is a chance he could have still survived that shot.
You can make a medicine or a first aid check for me if you want.
I would assume my character wouldn't know much about medicine, but possibly it's heard rare cases where people survive.
Well, what's your medicine? It's probably 5% or something.
It's
really
low.
1%.
It's 1%. You could also do a first aid. I think first aid starts at 30. Yeah, you can do a first aid too. Just give me a first aid check.
I got a 1.
There's
Either
no
way.
You could still tell him that, but there is no fucking way that guy could have been alive. Even if he was alive, there's no way he could have been moving.
I'm just gonna check medicine because it's slower.
No. You gotta check first aid.
Oh.
Because we were going for first aid, so there's no way that guy was alive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's just no way. But you still could tell him that. He looks really, really disturbed.
I decided to leave that information out for the moment.
Okay, so you're saying, yeah, he could have been alive. You can make me a medicine check, too.
I did.
Did you fail?
I failed.
Okay, you didn't get a good enough look. You saw brains coming at you, like, and then you saw your brother running away, and you were just like, boom, gone.
I don't think I want to, like, worsen his mental state at the moment.
So maybe he's right. Maybe it wasn't a fatal shot.
Okay.
Keep going. Roleplay.
You guys are doing great, by the way.
Thank you.
He was yelling out a name.
Joey is what he was saying.
Maybe we should have told the cops the name he was yelling.
Maybe. I did find... You know that black man, that Mitch, that was running away?
Mm-hmm.
He dropped this card. It's for a funeral thing for African descent. And there's a note on the back.
Gimme. Just gimme.
Would I know anything about New Orleans style? Is like in relation to mob attacks?
No. Okay. You don't have any idea what that could mean. Not in relation to the mob. You know the mob has grown in power since Prohibition in 1920. Mm-hmm. They provide a lot of the alcohol. That whiskey that you got right there, mm-hmm. Winters probably got it from a contact that had a contact with the mob or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All the speakeasies get all their illegal alcohol from the mob. Winters might not be like, have a mob contact.
Yeah.
But he would have a contact who might have a contact who has a contact. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Indirect contact.
Yes, very much so. Because Winters is very above board.
Maybe we should go to the funeral home in the morning.
In the morning. You get some rest and try and ease your mind.
It's probably about 10 or 11 o'clock right now. I mean, your evening was you were planning on staying till like midnight, 1 o'clock. Your evening was kind of fucked up with this mob hit or whatever the fuck just happened.
I think if this... Can I like go walk in Central Park for like an hour or so?
Yeah, you can. You can get dressed again, just in a regular suit and go down to Central Park. With your gun, because there could be muggers.
I offer to bring Daryl with me if he wants. Just to try and ease the mind after the eventful day.
Sure. Okay. You guys go. You get dressed, regular clothes, and you walk in Central Park in the dark. There's street lights and stuff like that. It's very nice. It is kind of calming. Mm-hmm. Like I said, it's only about 10 o'clock at night. There's a few other people. You see a couple people on a bench kissing, blah, 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 blah. It is rather relaxing. See, now I feel like I should use this reality check rolls. But we're going to hold off on that until I've got more of a handle on it. So, yeah. How long do you just walk around the park for about an hour?
Maybe like an hour.
Yeah. You just walk around for an hour. It's about 11 o'clock when you get back to your apartment. Mm. Winters opens the door for you. Or Winters is there, ready for anything you need. The coffee and all that stuff has been cleaned up. Yeah. Yes, so there's anything else that you need for the evening?
Not tonight. No, I don't think so.
He can help you get dressed if you want to. That's kind of the thing.
Yeah.
Or at least you see your pajamas a new pair of pajamas have been laid out on your bed. A pair of pajamas are laid out on the guest room bed. It's loner pajamas. Along with your robe, if you need it.
I thank him, and then I think I just take a warm bath.
Oh, he draws you a bath.
Yeah.
You're used to basically saying, Winters, I'd like to take a warm bath, or draw me a bath, and he's on top of everything.
Okay.
Huh?
I'm just going to head straight to bed.
Oh, boom. You fall asleep. Your character doesn't have PTSD or anything from the war. You didn't see any action. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and make me a luck check. We'll see if you have nightmares. It's a very comfortable bed. Oh my god, your bed feels like sleeping on a rock.
39 out of 45.
Sweet. Boom, asleep almost instantly. Don't remember anything. Don't remember any of your dreams if you even have any. It's the most comfortable bed you've ever slept in. And you were just out. You have your bath, and again, Winters has prepared your bed. He's pulled back the bedspreads just so, He knows what he's doing.
Okay.
Damn, I should have given you a drunken twerp as your butler. That's good enough, right? Alright, I'm going to bed. No, you got a good one. You're rich. You're super rich.
I think Winter's gonna...
Okay, he tucks you in. I mean, you get in the bed, and he pulls the bed over. He says, will you be dining in bed as usual, sir? If you do that, do you have breakfast in bed most mornings?
It's just I probably get up.
Okay. Yes. Regular breakfast tomorrow, sir?
Yes.
Very good.
Perhaps a little more special for our guest tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Eggs Benedict?
Sure.
Very good, sir. I will make sure it has all of the fixings, as they say in the South.
Yes.
Very good. And then he turns your light off and he leaves you and closes the door behind.
And I told
You're super rich. They take care of you.
Okay.
Night passes uneventfully. Actually, you can make me a luck check. Let's see if you have any bad dreams. We'll just do straight up luck, see how that goes.
I don't have any nightmares.
Okay, so you sleep through the night. You're exhausted after all this shit.
Yeah.
I'm assuming... Okay, one thing I want to retro in. Did you guys both have a shower once you got back home?
Well,
I know you probably did. You took a bath later before you went to bed. Yeah, okay. He took a bath, because each of the bedrooms probably has its own bath.
Yeah.
So he took a bath or a shower as soon as you got back.
Right.
Okay, so we're retroing that in. The next morning, you get up whenever you want to get up. How late does your character normally sleep in?
Probably after that. He probably sleep in 9 hours.
So probably till like 8 or 9 a.m.?
Yeah.
You're probably at the crack of dawn, because that's when your alarm usually goes off.
Yep.
So you're up first. Winters brings you coffee. Tells you that Mr. Cloverfield is not yet awoken. Would you like to wait for breakfast for him, or would you like to have your breakfast now, sir?
Depends on when he wakes up. I'll wait for now.
It would probably be, he looks at the clock on the wall, 2 or 3 hours, sir. Or I could bring you something light for you to have now as a snack, and then you could have a regular breakfast when he wakes.
That would be great, thank you.
Very good, sir. He brings you some, like, toast, some orange juice, and some and milk. And it's just something to hold you over. And then he gets up a few hours later. Winters is in his room helping him out. Your clothes are already laid out for you. What Winters has decided you should wear today. When you make bad decisions, did your character make bad decisions about clothing choices? Do you wear white shoes occasionally? Do you have a terrible white jacket that makes you look like a waiter? Are you Bertie Wooster?
He already looks terrible, so I don't know if I...
You just let Winters make your choices, and then you're like, fuck yeah, he's making my choices. He makes great choices.
Yeah,
Okay, so you're always in the most stylish clothing because he would keep up with.
Because I feel like I'd also be paranoid about looking as best as possible since I know I look terrible already.
Yeah, so your clothes are obviously they're laid out for you in the morning. You can either have a bath or just dress and go. It's up to you.
I'm just dressing and...
Okay, and once you're up, Winters gets breakfast around. The two of you sit down. It's eggs Benedict, bacon, sausage if you like, hash browns, milk, juice, coffee, just the whole spread. A little bit more than you usually go for. What do you usually have for breakfast?
Probably something very light.
Right, so maybe like some scrambled eggs and toast.
Bacon,
usually,
probably.
And some bacon. A meat, egg, and some bread. And this is a little bit more, so...
I figured that it would be helpful.
Yeah, the food's very good. Winters obviously knows how to cook. There's also tea if you prefer it, but...
Thank you, Winters.
Yes, sir, of course, sir. Is there anything else we can get for you, sir?
Not at the moment, thank you.
Very good, sir. Anything for you, sir?
No, I'm fine with it.
Very good, sir. He goes back to the kitchen to do his work, washing dishes, pots, whatever. Okay, what do you guys want to do? It's like 9 when you get up. So you got a couple hours before... I think it's 11 a.m., doesn't it?
It doesn't specify on the card. It just says that... So what was yesterday as terms of date?
The 25th.
Yes.
It says... Okay, knowing that, you know that the card says that probably Mitch was supposed to meet these people at 11 a.m. sharp with his horn. Probably at this place.
Wasn't he playing something else last night that wasn't a horn?
His horn had 4 things on it.
That wasn't Mitch, remember? That was
Leroy.
But wasn't he carrying that horn when he left?
Leroy Turner. No, Mitch had just his regular cornet.
Yeah.
No, Leroy Turner had like a silver cornet with 4 keys, with this It was a cracked. How do you describe this? Crackled silver finish. Mitch's cornet looked more like just a regular brass cornet. Very nice one, but still. 3 keys.
I call over Winters again. Winters.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Do you know anything about this establishment?
Morgan and Dupuy, Christian Convention, See, Winters actually wrote there. You know, Winters is really smart.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I don't, sir, but I could find out for you if you can give me a little time.
We're
Half an hour, perhaps an hour.
That would be fine. We're aiming to arrive there at 11.
Oh, very well. Might I take this for a moment?
Sure.
And he goes in the kitchen. You're murmuring from the kitchen. The food is really good.
Yeah.
You guys can enjoy it.
Amazing.
Yeah, there's some onions mixed in with them, a little paprika, just right. So within a half an hour, he returns and says, "It is a Negro establishment, sir, generally used by the colored people of the city. They said there is a funeral this morning for a Mr. Frederick Lincoln Fayette, who, upon a further investigation, proves to be the a brother-in-law of a Mr. Mitchell Wester. Most likely, as the Negroes often do, there will be a funeral procession that leads from the funeral home to the local Negro burial ground.
Yeah.
And, yes, apparently Mr. Fayette has a wife, Elizabeth Wester Fayette.
And you wouldn't happen to know anything about New Orleans style in relation to anything?
New Orleans style, sir. I believe what they mean by that. I did notice what was on the back. I do believe what they mean by that is the type of music that will be played as the procession makes its way from the funeral home to the graveyard. This often includes jazz music as well as Christian hymns that will be played by a jazz orchestra, possibly, depending upon how much money was spent on the funeral.
Do you... Thank you, Winters. Thank you.
Yes.
I don't believe there is anything else.
Very good, sir.
Having relation to the...
He's like taking plates and coming and going as he goes. You're used to ignoring the servants if you're not actually literally talking to them. They won't eavesdrop, or if they do, they won't say anything. How long's Winters been your butler? How old is your character?
He's 26.
Oh, date of births, guys. You need to put a date of birth on there. He was 26 last June, right? You need a date of birth because it's almost a year later.
Basically,
he might be 20.